Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing? You got Eric McKinley here, and I'm in my office right now doing some late evening work. Make sure I can share this. I'm gonna go ahead and share this to a couple of groups, share this with a couple of people, and hopefully get some value out of what I'm about to share with you. So as you get on, do me a favor, like it, share it, tag somebody. You know the deal. Drop your city and state, all that good stuff. I'm a little bit unorthodox, as you probably already know. A lot of people, a lot of people like to have their own, way they do their videos, and they usually always sit in front of the desk or something like that. And I do that a lot too. I sit in front of the desk a lot. But I was told by some Facebook people that I should be using my personal page to engage people about my personal life. Well, the issue I got with that, y'all, is that I don't have a lot of friends. Okay, I don't have a lot of friends. I could probably count. I could probably count my friends on one hand. I mean, like really, really true friends. I got a lot of associates, a couple of associates, not even a lot of associates. Um, People that I was in the military with, got a lot of friends that I was in the military with, and then I got a lot of friends that I met through business, people that I would consider be friends or friendly that I met through business. But I don't really have a lot of friends. Probably two hands. Probably two hands. Um, and I'm not even really close to a lot of people. But that's just me. So, you know, people say, well, you know what? Your personal page is supposed to be for, keeping up with family and all that stuff and sharing pictures, whatever. My page, I do what I want to with. But what I'm doing right now, y'all, I don't know if y'all can see me. What I'm doing right now is I'm actually I'm actually mudding the office. Said I was gonna finish on Saturdays, and I don't know if y'all know this, but it's Saturday, so I like to kind of stick true to what I said I'm gonna do. Plus, this project for me and my business, so It's only gonna benefit us in the long run. So I'm mudding right now. Why did I come on here? Well, I want to share some information or share some stuff with you. I want to ask guys a couple questions, and if somebody's out there, y'all feel free to chime in. Um, I never really mudded before, so I don't know if I'm messing this up. I did do some spackling before, and that's all this is. It's like some thicker spackling. But anyway, I'm filling in the seams right now, and I know I'm gonna have to sand it and all that stuff, so I'm gonna have to let it sit and get back to it or whatever. Anyway, um, wanted to wanted to talk to you about something, man, because there's a lot of people out there that feel like the struggle is real. Do y'all know anybody who feel like it's my way or it's the highway? I know there's a lot of people out there like that. A lot of people think that's me. They think it's me, that it's my way or the highway. For me, if it's foolishness, I don't want to deal with it. And if it don't make sense, I don't want to be involved in it. And over the years, I've been sucked into a lot of things, thinking that it was good, and it really wasn't. But you live and you learn. But the bottom line is, there's a lot of people out there who think that the struggle is real. And I think in their mind, the struggle is really real. But it's because oftentimes they feel like it's my way or the highway. Well, I want you to think about this. If you only knew then what you have the opportunity to learn now, would the struggle still be real? Probably not. See, a lot of people are going to see this and they're going to pass right by it. They're going to say, hey, this guy, he's just on the computer, um, mudding, spackling, talking about what he's doing in his office. He ain't even no real construction guy, and I'm not. I don't know what I'm doing. I looked at some videos, seen some stuff online. It made sense to me. I put two and two together, and I got four. So that's that. But bottom line is, a lot of people think that their struggle is real. And it's real in their mind. It's real in their mind because what happens is people only deal with what they know. People do what they know and they get comfortable with that. I want you to think about this. And I'm gonna be real transparent with you, as I always do. I'm a very transparent person. About five and a half years ago, I retired from the Army after 22 years of service. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. I struggled the whole time financially and didn't even know it. And you probably say, how could you struggle financially and not know it? Because the struggle was real. It was real in my mind. I didn't earn a lot of money. I didn't make a lot of money in the military. Although I got paid a lot of money, I didn't make a lot. I didn't keep a lot. I didn't know how to appreciate what I had. And I really didn't know how to respect what I had. So therefore, to me, the struggle was real. And I look at a lot of people right now, especially in 2020 with the pandemic, and people complaining, man. I mean, really complaining about how bad this year has been. I know I'm just thinking about, how blessed we are to still be around, to still be alive. I mean, especially me and my family, all the places that we've gone, and we still, have not been affected, or infected. We've been able to travel. Our son's in college. We was able to take him to school safely. He's safe. Our grandkids, other kids haven't been exposed to anything, man. So it's just amazing. Hey, Miss Michelle, how you doing? Thanks for jumping on. I was beginning to think nobody was out there. But we talk about 2020 like it was just the worst year ever. But I want everybody to understand something. That's only in a couple of people's minds. For some people, for a lot of people, 2020 really wasn't that bad. I know for me and my family, it wasn't bad. People talk about how they lost jobs, and that's unfortunate. But imagine this. How can you lose something that was never yours in the first place? See, now we about to start getting to the nitty-gritty. See, all that's programming, y'all. That program was telling us that was our job. And there's a song, man, I remember, Color Purple. Anybody out there else remember Color Purple? That song they sung towards the end. Lay awake at night and you wonder why. Maybe God's trying to tell you something. Or maybe God was trying to tell people something in 2020. Maybe he was trying to tell them to get their stuff in order. We're a certain type of people that we only believe the people who we want to believe. We only do and deal with what we know and understand. And oftentimes we don't think outside of the box. Let me turn this so y'all can see me because I want y'all to see my work. I want y'all to see what I'm doing. If they got any carpenters out there, if there's any carpenters out there, any mud people out there, give me a holler, give me a call. I don't want to deal with no general contractors, okay? I don't want to deal with no general contractors. I think they got a complex. I think they got a tape measure complex. I don't want to deal with no GCs, man. None. All I want to do is deal with the workers. But maybe God's trying to tell us something. Not just about our finances, but about our life in general. There's a lot of things that we take for granted. And I know when I was in the military, I took a lot of stuff for granted. I made a lot of money. But I didn't keep a lot of money. And it's because I didn't understand it. I disrespected money. And they say, you attract what you respect. And because I didn't respect money, I wasn't able to attract it. But people talk about how the struggle is real. Well, let's talk about what you've done to keep from struggling. Let's talk about the people who you surrounded yourself around and the things that you've done to stop struggling. Now, there's a lot of studies going on about 2020. And believe it or not, there were people who became millionaires this year. There were people that became millionaires this year. There were people who became millionaires this year, and there were people who became billionaires this year. And believe it or not, there were some people that became trillionaires this year. So it couldn't have been all that bad. They had some people that made some money. They built some businesses. You know what? There was a lot of businesses built, a lot of businesses that were started during the pandemic. I interviewed a lot of people on our show of people who started businesses during the pandemic. So 2020 couldn't have been all that bad. I think it's all about perspective. I really do. I think it's that half empty, half full syndrome that we have. But back to what I was talking about. You know, I was in the military, man, and I didn't quite understand money. And I left the military really bitter. You know, there were some other things going on as well, but I left really bitter, and I was upset. And when I was going through the transitional phase or transitional stage of getting out the military, I wasn't prepared, man. I was not prepared. And I was really upset because I was thinking to myself, how could they have done that to me? Yeah, I was that person. I was that person that was blaming everybody else. I was pointing fingers, talking about how could they have done that to me? How could they have done that to me? They did it to me. No, I did it to myself. Give me a second. I did it to myself, man. I did it to myself because I wasn't prepared. I did it to myself because I didn't do what was necessary to prepare myself for exiting the military. So they sold me on the idea of retiring. They say, hey, Eric, you can be in the military for 20 years, and then you can actually retire. Didn't nobody tell me that if I didn't have enough money, that I was gonna have to go back to work. They didn't tell me that. You know, I took it for face value. And that's my fault because I didn't understand, but I didn't try to understand. I didn't try to understand. And I think that's what's going on with a lot of people right now in 2020 who are really bitter about what's happened this year, who believe that they're struggling because of somebody else. I promise you, y'all, there's a couple of people out there that some bad things have happened. All right, because we know bad things happen to good people all the time. Bad things happen to good people all the time. But there's some people out there who are not owning up to what they didn't do in 2020, in 2019, in 2018 to be prepared. Because there's always a storm brewing on the horizon. There's always something out there. There's always something. Put a light on the situation. Got my light kit in here too. Want to light this thing up. There's always something brewing to where we got to be prepared. But oftentimes, we ain't prepared because we're comfortable. I hear somebody say, you know what? I lost my job in 2020. Well, you know, let's just be honest. That was never your job. That job was just on loan. That was just on standby. So it's unfortunate that you lost that employment, but that was never your job. And for you to think that that was your job, that's all a part of the programming, man. That's all a part of the programming. So we got to understand that we got to start thinking of different things. You know, I wrote a post earlier before I got on about my brothers and sisters in the military. And it's sad how we're not prepared to retire. You know, I'm talking about really prepared. You know, I ain't talking about just, you know, getting a will together and all that stuff, because they kind of prep us for stuff like that. You know, we deploy so much, we gotta do a will, or they want us to do a will. They give us all this life insurance, you know, blah blah blah. If we happen to come to our demise while we deployed, if we pass away while we deployed, then you know they say our family's taken care of. But I'm gonna tell you what happens, man. We buy into that, and I bought into the same thing. You know, I was told that, hey, listen, the military is giving me $450,000 in life insurance, and if something happens to me, my family's gonna be taken care of. Do you know how fast a family can go through $450,000? Think about it. Even if I had a TSP, which I didn't, I wasn't in that mindset by the time the TSP happened or came along. It wasn't, I wasn't there doing it. But anyway, even if I had that, it still would have been enough. See, nobody tells us or shows us or walks us through in the military. They didn't walk us through how to prepare for that transition. We got out of the military. We went through this thing called military source, one source or something like that, right? Went through the one source and they gave us our transition. They gave us our information. They told us, hey, listen, you got to stop saying things like whore. You got to stop saying things like dress right, dress and squared away because you're getting ready to go to the civilian world. But they don't tell us or show us how to transition. And that's just on the human side. Now, on the financial side, it's even worse because you're talking about, okay, you walking out of the military in debt, and more debt that you even came into the military with. And this is just real talk. So what happens is a lot of us retired. I was the one that retired. I retired and I'm disabled. And I get disability, right? But guess what happens when I die? Not if I die, because eventually I'm gonna die. We all leave here. When I die, my wife does not get that disability. My wife does not get that retirement. See, there's people that are in my circle, people that I went to war with, people who retired, right? And they got disability and retirement. They got some people who was on Social Security disability as well. They making upwards to about $10,000 a month. Really. And in their mind, they're good. They don't need to build a business. They don't need to do anything because they got enough money right now. Now, wondering or thinking about what happens when they die. That money stop coming for their family. See, as long as they living, their family's good. But when they die, that's a wrap. And don't mention somebody who didn't know to get life insurance outside of the military insurance. See, a lot of stuff you don't know. And because all that has to do with being prepared, all that has to do with being financially literate. And a lot of people are not financially literate or educated. And the reason why is because it's not a priority. It's not a personal priority, and it's not a professional priority for them to share with us. So when we say the struggle is real, is the struggle really real? Or is it just something that we just not doing? Are we making the struggle real? I think we more or less making the struggle real, and then we're going black blaming people. The whole idea is it's a lot of people that retired, that's in the military, that's been in the military, and like I said, if they pass away today or tomorrow, their family got nothing but a little funky, couple of $100 in survivor's benefits. Most people in the military, that's currently in the military, most people right now, they're not thinking past that time of the retirement. They're not thinking about past that disability. I know old sergeants major. I know old lieutenant colonels. I know full bird colonels who don't have anything built. They may have a portfolio. They may have an investment portfolio. But then you still got to think about it. That can't be drawn. That can't be drawn until a certain age. So how does your family live? How does your family live when you're gone? Because your income is gone. Your income is still gone. So a lot of people don't think about that. So you gotta build something. You gotta build something now that's gonna replace that income. And for the military people, I keep talking about them because I'm really passionate about helping my brothers and sisters in arms, because it's like we're so out of touch with reality. We'll go and deploy for 12 months and come back and everything has changed, right? Everything has changed. They got new apps out. As much as we can try to keep up over there, we can, but we can't only do so much. But now you got to think about it. Now, what happens is you pass away, the benefits are gone. Now what you gonna do? You got to start building something now. So many people that are retired, disabled, getting Social Security disability benefits, and they don't feel the need or necessary to build a business or to get some investment property or to invest in something other than, just a 401k or TSP. Nope, they don't think about that because they see all that money coming in and they don't see a need to create more income, more cash flow. They don't see that. The struggle ain't real, y'all. The struggle is real unnecessary. And it's unnecessary because there's solutions out there for us that can help us to alleviate the struggle and the pain. The problem is, many of us, it's my way or the highway. Everything I've been doing so far has been working. No, it's not been working. It just hadn't failed yet. Anyway, this is what I'm doing. I'm sitting here mudding up right now. It looks like it's working out. I'm going to let that dry. And then I got a little sander, a little hand sander. I'm going to sand a little bit. And I'm going to mud it again. But I just want a little coat on it right now and see how it's going to work out, man. I put these walls up, man. I put these walls up. Got 3 offices right now. I'm really excited, man, because I reached out to some people and they didn't reach back. And I'm not like I told you, I'm not the person to sit there and wait around on somebody to help me out. I'm going to get it done. So put up 3 offices, put up the walls, putting the doors up, and mud right now. I'm going to be probably painting on either Monday or Tuesday. So my goal was to get everything up and done by Saturday. I got everything up. I'm gonna have everything. I'm gonna hit this mud spots probably at least once tonight, and I'm gonna be good to go, man. Hey, listen, I just want everybody to remember this. I get on here to share this information, not because I just want you to do what I'm doing. I want you to do something other than what you're just doing. I can name probably about 15 people right now who's sitting up on the sofa right now, not going to work because they're getting about $8,500 to $10,000 a month. And they got little kids. And if they were to perish today or tomorrow, their family wouldn't have nothing. I'm on here to explain to you the money game. I get on here to share with you how you can actually build something and pass down some generational wealth to your children's children. If that's something you're interested in, then that's why I'm on here. You ain't got to do it with me. You definitely don't. You're not doing it for me, but you need to do it for your family. That's the most important thing. You got to do it for your family. And when we don't understand, we end up doing things that we kind of comfortable with. And I promise you, from experience, the comfortable things is what keeps the struggle real. If you're tired of struggling, or if you don't have anything built as far as a legacy, if you don't have anything to hand down to your children's children, get with me, man. Click on that link. It's a bunch of education. It's free. That education is free. But you're going to keep on paying for what you don't know. And if you decide that you want to go a little further, I got some more information for you. I got some things that I can help you get started on. But the bottom line is, if you don't start doing something now, the struggle is going to get harder. It's going to get harder, and it's going to become more and more in your mind. It's going to become more and more of a reality. Think about it. Do you want your family to fall just because you didn't make a good decision while you was living? That's the conversations that we should be having that a lot of people don't want to have. Anyway, I got a couple more rooms to do, man. I'm going to knock some more stuff out. My name's Eric McKinley. Like I always say, when you know better, that's when you have the ability to do better, and to own the knowledge that's powerful. It's properly applied knowledge. If you see this, get back with me, and I'll help you get started with some information that's going to help you to get your finances together and build and grow. If somebody else shares this with you, get back with them so they can help you get on the right road to financial freedom. It's all about that roadmap, baby. Hey, you guys take care, and I'll see y'all at the top, because there's too many people struggling at the bottom. Peace.